Do you know what makes a Waldorf school camp so special? It's not the hikes you go on, or the places you stay, or the bus trips, or the food. It's the people you go with. Alone, our camps would be harsh and monotonous. Together, they are an adventure. With these people you grow to know so well, you experience everything nature can throw at you, and the shared memories stay with you forever. Yeah, you're right, the awesome places we get to go help make them special too. We turn up to school with our bags packed and our spirits high, ready for our Year 12 scuba camp. It's the first day back from summer holidays and we are ready for adventure. We load the van and set off, waving goodbye. We first meet a doctor to check we are all fit to dive. Then we head to the Noarlunga Swimming Centre where we meet the diving instructors Emma and Emily, who will be with us for the rest of the camp. The first step in our scuba certification is a 200-metre swim and a 10-minute float. Once we have finished them, we kit up in scuba gear and start learning how to use it. We spend around 3 hours in the water, learning all the necessary skills we will need to dive deeper. We start with simple things like hand signals and breathing technique, then move on to more complex skills like removing and replacing our gear underwater. Eventually we get back in the van and continue the drive to Edithburgh, where we will be staying. We start getting hungry, and the plan is to get pizza in Yorktown on the way, but when we arrive, it turns out Yorktown Pizza was in Elizabeth and there's no other shops open.
So what's the plan?
It usually does.
We're going straight to Edithburgh.
Is there some pizza there?
We'll try our luck. If Edithburgh doesn't deliver for us tonight, we're going to treat you well and proper tomorrow.
When we realise there is no food to be found, we decide to push on to Edithburgh, which isn't much further. We are all starving, but at least we get to enjoy a beautiful sunset on the way.
Don't drop him in the dirt, I'll kill you.
When we get to Edithburgh, there's still no food, and we realise we'll have to cook our own dinner. There is a scramble to unload all our stuff and start cooking. It's well past 9 PM, but we don't have any other option. We all choose our rooms, then we cook up some pasta that was meant for tomorrow. As soon as the last dish has been washed, we head straight to bed. It's been a long day. The next morning, we wake up and cook ourselves some breakfast. We have a briefing on some things we need to know before our first dive and learn how to set up all the scuba gear in the backyard. When we are confident with it all, we hop in the van and head down to the jetty for our first dive. When we arrive, we kit up in our scuba gear and walk to the stairs. When we are all in the water, we float for a bit and go over the drills we will be doing before sinking to the bottom. It's such a strange feeling being able to float and breathe underwater. We do 2 dives that day, only stopping to change oxygen tanks in between. Each dive was around half an hour, and we were kept busy doing the necessary drills to get our diver's licenses. Heath and Jessica kept their promise, so that night we headed down to the pub for dinner. The food took ages to arrive, but it was really good and they brought out a few bowls of free wedges afterwards. I think they were happy to get so many people in their pub that night. Back at the dive shack, we played poker with strips of paper until bedtime. When we woke up today, we knew it would be our last day scuba diving, which was a bit sad, but we were keen as ever to get in the water. Emma gave us a briefing about underwater compasses and how to use them. Then when we got to the jetty, we had to practice using them above water. We walked around in pairs, one person counting steps, the other one looking at the compass. We had 2 more dives to do today, and we finished all the required drills on the first one, so when we went down again, we got to swim around a bit more and explore the area. The jetty was the main feature, but sadly there was a lot of rubbish that had been thrown off it. We saw a whole lot of different fish. My favourite ones had these long whiskers around their mouth, and we saw an octopus, which was really cool. When we got back to the dive shack, Emma showed us how to log our dives in the PADI app. which would get us our open water diver's license.